And the only one that kind of stuck in my mind was actually Larry H. Parker, and it was because of a commercial I'd heard when I was maybe about 13 years old. I remember their slogan that they would fight for me. They had my back. Give a call to Larry H. Parker. They will fight.
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
This is CBS LA Mornings.
Hey, good morning, Amber. Yeah, we're here now in Fontana at San Bernardino County Fire Station number 79, where we just got an update on that water rescue situation. Check out this video from earlier last night into this morning. The incident happened along Keenbrook Road and Cajon Boulevard, right off the 15 freeway. A 911 call came first into CHP, then they transferred it over to the San Bernardino County Fire Department. That happened around 11:30 last night, saying that a man driving a pickup truck was attempting to cross a flash flooded road when he got stuck. When San Bernardino County Fire got there, they found the man standing on the roof of his truck as it was surrounded by rushing water. Now, while rescuers were attempting to reach him, the truck shifted and the man was swept away. Now, for about 3 hours, swift water teams searched up and down the stream in many miles in both deep and shallow pockets, but they were unable to find him. And then around 2:30 this morning, crews had to suspend the search due to severe thunderstorm warning. Now, we were up there a couple minutes ago. The water was really fast, even in the shallower areas. So another dangerous condition continues up there. They say that they will continue the search and resume all of that once the sun comes up. Excuse me. I'll send it back to you.
Oh, Rena, we can tell it's so cold out there. Stay safe. Thank you. Well, winter weather is hitting the Tejon Pass, too. There's a fresh coat of snow in Fraser Park this morning. And just a little to the east of this area, we've seen snow along the 5 as well. We have a live look at Lebec. Now, the snow here, it's not sticking to the pavement, so traffic is moving. But CHP is asking people to slow down, make sure you have a full tank of gas, and also that bag of essentials just in case. And our Tina Patel is checking out the conditions there, and we will catch up with her in the next half hour. Now, I want to take you out to the roadways for a look at our next traffic at 6:02 in the morning, where I do have a crash in Torrance, southbound 405 at Western. 3 left lanes are blocked off. It's about a 19-minute commute from Artesia over to Western, and northbound traffic is slowing down. Drivers are looking over to see what's going on. That will take you 14 minutes traveling north on the 405 from Avalon to Western. Now, you can see it's still pretty light out there this morning on the roadways. The 210's not terrible. It's pretty clear, actually, leaving the 57 into Pasadena. Same deal with the 5 in Downey. But I do have an issue in Silver Lake now. 101 101 south at Silver Lake Boulevard. Left lane is blocked. This will take you about 16 minutes leaving Hollywood from Western Avenue to Silver Lake Boulevard. If you want, you could take the 5 freeway south instead. And there are emergency repairs happening right now on the 5 south at the 14. The truck route is closed. This is in Santa Clarita. There's a slight backup on the 14 south as you try to transition onto the 5 freeway, but that should wrap up shortly. Hopefully, I'll keep you updated though throughout the morning.
Rain and intense wind have been hitting SoCal all night, and we've had several reports of trees toppling over.
CBS LA's Amanda Sorrentino is live in Koreatown with a big tree that came crashing down. Amanda, what's going on there?
Hey, good morning. So this is actually a pretty quiet residential street, really beautiful, filled with trees, but you can see what happened to this one overnight. It came crashing down in that huge storm we had overnight onto the car of the homeowner across the way. The tree, pretty massive. You can see how many branches are. We're going to walk around the side. They actually have it blocked off with some caution tape to block traffic because the city hasn't been able to come out just yet. But if you come right here, you can see just how wide and massive this tree, this pepper tree that came crashing down last night really is. But this wasn't the only tree that came down last night. Take a look at this video. This first one is from Woodland Hills. This is on Wells Drive. A 50-foot pine tree uprooted and slammed directly into a home. Power lines came down with it, leaving the homeowner in the dark. The strong winds appeared to have snapped the tree at its base before it crashed onto the roof. And then just a few streets away on Irwin Street, also in Woodland Hills, another large tree toppled over, again pulling down power lines. The road there was completely blocked with live wires on the ground. Crews with DPW worked to repair the damaged lines while firefighters shut down the street to protect residents there. But back here in Koreatown, James Melchor says he was sitting on his porch with his dog when the wind and rain suddenly intensified. Moments later, he says he heard the crash. The tree came down onto his mother's car. He says the old pepper tree had stood in front of the home for decades, providing shade and cover. Now there's a noticeable void where it was once towered. LAFD got here within 15 minutes of the crash, but James says firefighters told him they didn't have the equipment needed to remove the tree, so it will remain here until city crews can clear it later today. He said his family has lived on this property for more than 50 years.
I grew up with this tree. Like, I built a tree house in here, took it down. I used to climb this tree as a kid. It's sad to see it go.
It always is, but it's also dangerous, and that's the situation with these kinds of trees. So this is a good reminder to check your trees and your property, especially with more rain on the way. You know, the ground is so saturated because we had so much rain, and then when we had wind like we had last night, situations like this can happen. This neighborhood filled with trees, as I said, and now it's just riddled, not only with this one down, but a lot of debris from branches and leaves down and other parts of trees in this entire neighborhood. So it's going to be a little bit of cleanup here, and city crews are definitely going to be working a lot today cleaning up different trees in the area, which we know there's been some more as well. I'm going to toss it over to Mark with another tree that you saw.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Amanda. It always seems to be a couple of days after the major rain, the trees really start coming down. The soil gets really loose and these trees just topple over. And last night, one of those trees was caught on camera coming down. Take a look. Yikes, that was a huge one in Fullerton, right there on Fern Drive and Arroyo Place. You can see how big, looks like he was about 40 or 50 feet tall, came down right across the road. Good news, did not hit a house, but it did just barely hit a truck. It landed right there. You can see it. It's basically the branches landed on the front. Not too much damage to that truck. No injuries here. Unclear why that tree came down, but probably just because the roots and the soil just became loose and that tree just came down on top of that truck. That was not the only tree that we covered also coming down. There was one in Silver Lake. Our breaking news photographer shot this one this morning. Also just barely nicked a car. This one was at Redcliffe and Landa, just to the west of the Silver Lake Reservoir. Came down at about 9:30 last night. Look at how, I mean, there is a little bit of damage to the back end of that car, but it could have been much worse. Just about a foot further to the left, and that car would have had its trunk crushed there. No injuries reported here. Also, there was really no one around when our breaking news crew was there, so we don't even know if the owner of that car knows that their car has been damaged. But both of those trees, both in Silver Lake and in Fullerton, did take some power lines and communication lines with it. And we're also seeing a lot of power outages this morning. Come out to my screen. I'm going to show you what else I'm monitoring here. This is LADWP's power outage map, and you can see there's a pretty big one here in Winnetka. 533 people without power. estimated restore time anytime now. It says 6 o'clock. The big one here, though, is in Harvard Park. You can see 2,382 customers not going to be restored until 7:30 this morning. Unknown what the cause is on that one. There's also a big one over here in El Sereno, 729 customers. You're going to get your power back at 8:30. And there's one in East Hollywood. They don't even have crews working on this one yet. 2,340 customers. Hopefully they'll have their power back at 8 a.m. Now, is there something you want to tell us here at the desk? Text us, 818-221-2222. You can send us story ideas, things you want us to investigate, or pictures or video, especially of storm damage in the last couple of days. We want to see what has happened in your community. Text it to that number. It'll come right to me or a member of our assignment desk team. That's it from the desk. I'll send it back to you.
Mark, thank you. A developing story in the Sierra north of Lake Tahoe. 6 people have now been rescued after surviving an avalanche, but 9 people are still missing. The entire group was part of a 3-day backcountry skiing trip near the Donner Summit, and this powerful storm hit on their last day. Rescue crews are facing life-threatening conditions themselves, with more avalanches possible in the area.
Snowing, very little visibility, high avalanche danger that's going to persist throughout the night. It took us several hours to even get, equipment to the scene and get resources deployed.
2 of the people have been sent to the hospital for treatment. Rescue teams are hoping to use aircraft if there's a break in the storm. That could allow them to detect avalanche beacons on anyone buried in the snow. And taking a live look now at Mammoth Mountain. This is the southern part of the Sierra. The main lodge will be closed and its lifts will not be operating today because of the massive amount of new snow. Also, you can see there the wind moving. Wind gusts were as high as 80 miles per hour yesterday. Snowplows have been at work through the morning trying to clear those roads and the parking lots.
It is so windy out there. Also want to take a live look at Big Bear. As the resorts say, it's covered in white gold. Big Bear has had at least 15 inches of fresh snow and counting. And because more snow is expected to come down through tomorrow, it is a treasure trove for the Big